ॐ श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानां नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणी। यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं मगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तन्न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः देवाय तस्मै नमः। ॐ नारायणः परो व्यक्तात् अण्डमव्ययसम्भवम् अण्डस्यान्तस्त्विमे लोकाः सप्तद्वीपा च मेदिनी। स्थितप्रज्ञस्य का भाषा समाधिस्थस्य केशव स्थितधीः किं प्रभाषेत किमासीत व्रजेत किं। श्रीभगवानुवाच प्रजहाति यदा कामान् सर्वान् पार्थमनोगतान् आत्मन्येवात्मना तुष्टः स्थितधीः तदोच्यते। बुद्धेषु दुःखेष्वनुद्विग्नमनाः सुखेषु विगतस्पृहः वीतरागभयक्रोधः स्थितधीर्मुनिरुच्यते। यः सर्वत्रानभिस्नेहः तत्तत्प्राप्य शुभाशुभम् नाभिनन्दति न द्वेष्टि तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठिता। यदा संहरते चायं कूर्मोऽङ्गानीव सर्वशः इन्द्रियाणीन्द्रियार्थेभ्यः तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठिता। विषया विनिवर्तन्ते निराहारस्य देहिनः रसवर्जं रसोऽप्यस्य परं दृष्ट्वा निवर्तते। यततो ह्यपि कौन्तेय पुरुषस्य विपश्चितः इन्द्रियाणि प्रमाथीनि हरन्ति प्रसभं मनः तानि सर्वाणि संयम्य युक्त आसीत मत्परः वशे हि यस्येन्द्रियाणि तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठिता. दुःखेषु अनुद्विग्नमनाः. Dukkeshu means what? At times of happiness, correct? No. In times of difficulty, sorrow. Not so much sorrow here, challenges, difficulties. In times of difficulties, what happens? Anudvigna manaha. Udvigna, prachalita, disturbed. Anudvigna means undisturbed. Undisturbed is whose mind in the face of difficulties, plural is there, so that means what? Lots of difficulties. It's not that there is lots of difficulties and or lots of ways of showing the difficulties. Some may cry, some may howl, some may sit in a closet. That's not the idea. It's that the difficulties are the same, but they are divided into three kinds of three categories. We have seen this before. What are the three categories? Adhidaivika, adhibhautika, adhyatmika. Centered on forces beyond my control, like heat, cold, so many things. Adhidaivika. Then adhibhautika, centered on my surroundings. Then finally what? Adhyatmika, centered on myself. These are the threefold difficulties, and as long as there is a body, mind, sense complex, all of them will be there, because the world is a huge place. Number one. Second, what control do you have over adhibhautika, adhidaivika? None. What control do you have over adhibhautika? Nothing. No control. The only thing you can manage is what? Adhyatmika. That you can manage, definitely. And so, but still, even though the jnani has learned to manage adhyatmika, is not affected by personal challenges and sorrows, that doesn't mean that the personal sorrows and challenges are not there, even for the jnani. But they will become objective situations rather than subjective situations. Can the jnani get a headache? Yes. Okay. Yeah. So, jnani can get a headache. Why? Because jnani has a head. Simple. Yeah. If you have a headache, what will happen? Ache will come. Head is meant for headache. All right? Yeah. But what's the difference between an ajnani with a headache and a jnani with a headache? The ajnani, it doesn't, not only has a headache, becomes a headache for all others. Because of how they deal with the headache, they make such a drama out of this headache that they become the headache for everybody else. They become, their adhyatmika headache becomes everybody's adhibhautika headache. Okay? And so, but the jnani will just say, okay, head is meant for headache, heart is meant for heart attack, liver is meant to fail, kidney is meant for dialysis, and go on. That's how it is. That's the objective way of looking at it. This doesn't mean that the jnani is somehow exempt from all kinds of bodily problems and so many, mental issues, whatever it is. Like a jnani can get dementia, Alzheimer's disease, where everything is forgotten. Pujya Swamiji had a friend, a very erudite Swami. I forgot his name, but he was here only in Rishikesh. And then as he aged, he forgot everything. Forgot totally. And his own student would come, who he had ordained as a sannyasi, and he would rush to do namaskar to him. And the student would say, no, I'm no, please don't do that. And then he would say, okay, my dear sir, who is your guru? You are my guru. Who is that? So that's how. But still, that doesn't mean that the knowledge has gone away. The knowledge doesn't go away even in the spell of loss of memory and any other problems. Why? What has gone away are the brain cells capable of expressing and embodying that knowledge. That may have gone away, but the knowledge has not gone away. That's why the plural dukkheshu, to show that even the jnani, as long as they have a body-mind-sense complex, is not free of adhidaivika, adhibhautika, adhyatmika dukkhani. So, teshu dukkheshu anudvigna manaha. Manaha doesn't mean plural, it means singular. Like Nachiketaha doesn't mean many Nachiketas. It's not like Rama Shabda. Ramaha Ramau, Ramaha. So just because it rhymes with Ramaha, plural, don't think this is many Nachiketas. If we are talking of at least 3 Nachiketas, don't think like that. So Anudvigna Manaha, singular. Sakaranta. Anudvigna Manas. And so that Manas, when it declines, Manaha. Like Nachiketas, Nachiketaha, Manas, Manaha. So the one whose Manaha, Anudvignam. So Udvigna Rahitam. That which is free of feeling disturbed. So going back to the example, Jnani with headache, Ajnani with headache. Farmer will take an aspirin, sleep off, or put some amritanjan or whatever, some balm, and sleep it off. If it cannot be borne, it is just slept off. It's just an objective reality. What is the vyavaharika satta? It's just there. There is a head, and this every day, think of 8 billion heads in the world. Okay, so every day at least a portion of them will be having headache. All right, just because there are heads. So today it is my turn. Today it is my head. Tomorrow it may be somebody else's head. And so like this, there is a conscious depersonalization. You don't own it up. This is the problem. Sorrow comes to everybody. Difficulty comes to everybody. Challenges come to everybody. Sometimes the jnani may not be able to pay the bills of the ashram which they have. It's a difficult situation. But they will not be tossing and turning. They will be totally stress-free. They will say only 2 possibilities. What are the 2 possibilities? Ashram will get closed and then shut down, and then what? And then the bills will be paid, it will be sold off, and then what? More time for myself. No, that also is not there. It's just a fact. Or what is the other possibility? Then Bhagavan wants this ashram to continue, then people will come forward, something will happen, it will happen. Because the ashram is not, there is no sense of my ashram, I am running it, OMG, what am I going to do? How is it going to go on? That stress is not there. Why? Because between the jnani and the ashram there is no hook of desire. Desire for the ashram to continue is not there. Neither is the desire to get rid of the ashram. Oh my God, what have I got into? I don't want this ashram, is not there. It's simply there. The ashram is there for a purpose. Some people come and find some happiness there. Some others come and find some growth spurt here. They grow. Some other people come for studies. Some other people come to eat and sleep, that's also okay. Sometimes you need to unplug and recharge. Some people in the beginning, they just come, okay, I just am tired of the world, I'll just stay for 3 days and just eat, and that's all I'm going to do. I'm not going to do anything, that's okay. Then accidentally they drop in the class, into one of the classes, and then their journey also begins. So the ashram means something for everybody. It has something, it means something, and if it is meant to continue, it will continue. So even the potentially stressful state of losing the ashram does not make the jnani lose the cool. But you see, it's a very difficult, it's a dukkha, it's a sudden pratibandha, it's a sudden difficulty. But in the face of this difficulty also, the jnani is not backed by the desire. There is no desire even for the people to get moksha. You see how much there is a, what is that called, asangatvam. Even all my students should get moksha, that is also a desire. And it is a shobha ichcha, no doubt, it's a good desire, and it can be there as a sankalpa. Let anybody who comes to the doors of this ashram, let them feel good, let them get moksha, we can pray, no problem. But if it becomes a binding desire, all my students have to get moksha, now only 24 days left, if this kind of a pressure is there, either on the part of the student or on the part of the teacher, imagine what will happen. Come on, quick, fast, moksha, 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 quick, get it. Then what? The teaching will go to the dogs. The teaching works because it is relaxed, because there is no place to go, because there is nothing to do, and because there is no test at the end. Somebody who, I don't know, one of you, last time when we were looking at the application, somebody had a question. Will there be a test at the end? Who was that? Do you remember? Yeah? Okay. They have forgotten or they don't want to be identified. Either way, that's respected, no problem. So they asked me, is there going to be a test at the end? I said, no. Oh, thank God, then I'm coming. There is no test. Why? Because this is a relaxed pursuit, leading to the understanding, I am the embodiment of freedom from stress and I am relaxed. I am the embodiment and I am an avatara of relaxation. This is what is to be understood properly. And so therefore, the teaching unfolds in a leisurely manner, because there is no pressure on part of Vedanta students or on part of Vedanta teachers. Oh my God is not there, like in college, uni, in the university. Oh my God, the term is ending, you have to do this, you have to do that, you have to get here, you have to get there, you have to get this, you have to do this exam, and then something else will happen after this. And if I don't do well, then I won't get a job and I won't be able to go for higher studies. All this is totally not there. That is the crux of this verse. Freedom from dukkha means all the way. There is no pressure, and the pressure filled desire, even the subtle desire that all students should get moksha, is not there on part of the jnani. If they get, they get. Oh, but if they don't get, next life is always there. Why worry? Bhagavan will take care of it. Bhagavan himself will say, when we see the 6th chapter, Bhagavan will say that those who have Shraddha, if they have Vedanta really speaking to them, and if they really want moksha, but they did not put enough effort this time, next life they will be born under more conducive circumstances. They will be born to a teacher of Vedanta. From the womb they are listening. They will be born to some great bhakta. They will be born to the jnani. They will be born to karma yogis. where everybody has in the family Rudram on their lips, everybody has bhakti, shraddha, and Shuchinam, they are pure of heart. Shrimatam means they are well endowed with money, etc., so that this person who is the mumukshu jignasu doesn't have to worry who will take care of my parents, who will take care of my siblings, etc. That worry is not there. Bhagavan has given them enough, so this person can go and pick up the thread from the previous life. That's how relaxed the pursuit of moksha is. And so therefore, anudvigna manaha means often the jnani enjoying a mind that is not disturbed, even when things go contrary to one's expectations. And then so obviously we cannot have a say over the godly situations like earthquake, flood, etc. Then we can't have a say over how other people around us behave. We can reinforce certain kinds of behaviors. We can distance ourselves from certain other kinds of behaviors, but we don't have a say. We cannot tell the person, be friendly. And we cannot tell the person, keep smiling, don't have a sour face whenever I walk by. We cannot tell the person that. I mean, we can tell, but they're not going to listen because they have free will. So what does one do? One stops feeling disturbed. One does whatever one needs to do as a sadhana. One does whatever one needs to do to not be disturbed by the situation, including changing the channel, including maybe taking a break, including going away. Whatever one has to do, one does. Dukkheshu, so over the adhibhautika, adhidaivika, I have no control. Adhyatmika is resolved. So adhyatmika dukkha also may come. The jnani may, for example, suffer a personal loss, injury, loss of some faculty. Hearing is gone, mind is gone, seeing is gone. And still the person is okay, relatively cheerful, relatively present, relatively okay. And so, dukkheshu anudvigna manaha does not become a puddle as soon as some difficulty comes. And then what happens? Sukheshu vigata sprihaha. Vigata spriha yasmat saha vigata sprihaha. Vigata, nirgata, gone. Vi means not coming back. Gone in a way that is not coming back. Vigata, spriha. Spriha means desire. Yasmat, from whom the desire has gone. So, sukheshu, in the face of happiness or wonderful things happening, the jnani is like you won a lottery. Your wife is dead. Same expression for both. And then what does the person say? I am a jnani. I don't have any, I don't have any reactions. No, reactions are okay. Response to the situation is all right. But it is a managed response rather than an uncontrolled response. The person who becomes a football as soon as something wonderful happens, jumps, bounces, goes up to the sky, comes back. That means what? There is poor emotional management. That's what it is. Because that person feels, the ajnani will feel what? Life is always going to be like this. Yes, I'm on top of the world. Yay! Then what happened? Missed a footing while taking a selfie, came rolling down. Oh no, broken bones, broken ribs, hospital. Oh no, why me? You see how the ups and downs affect the ajnani. That is why this knowledge keeps one sane. It's not that you don't, the jnani does not enjoy sukha. You enjoy the sukha, but there is no feeling of it has to continue more, more, more. That's why there is no desire behind the experience of the sukha. The sukha is enjoyed for what it is, but it is not, you don't want it to keep on continuing. That desire link is not there to make it continue. And then with regard to the dukkha, the disturbed mind is not there. The mind has already been managed through the sixfold virtues. What are they? Shama, Dama, Uparati, Shraddha, Samadhanam. The mind is very calm, and so when dukkha comes, Jnani says, okay, something has to be done. If it can be done, nothing can be done, it has to be endured. Like Ramana Maharshi, when the first time he got cancer, there was some lymph node in the arm that was cancerous. So they took him to the hospital, had it removed. Then it recurred again. And then again they did some radiation or something. Then it came back. Third time when it came back, he just put his foot down. Again they said, oh, we have to go to the hospital. He said, no, I allowed this because I recognize that this body belongs to you, but since I am still in this body, I am not going to let you do anything more to it. There is no need to continue. I have finished my purpose on earth. Let anything happen. Let it take its course. He convinced the people and forewent all the treatments, and then that is how he gave up the body. A lot of saints do that, undisturbed in the times of difficulty. Not very disturbed. Not at all disturbed, undisturbed. And then, so even if a jnani cries out of pain, the cry has come from the physical pain. There is no emotional component to that cry. So, sukheshu vigatas prihaha. Then it sums it up. Vita. Vita means short form for vigata. Vigata ragaha bhayaha krodhaha. This is the hallmark of the jnani. The raga has departed from whom? Vitaragaha. Vitaragaha means from whom there is all the desire has departed. How does the desire depart? In the wake of the knowledge that whatever I desire I have gained in the form of Brahman. The only desire is that of Brahman. When Brahman is gained, there is nothing more to desire. Knowing this, the desires are gone. Vitaragaha. Then bhayaha. Vita bhayaha. The word vita, the prefix vita comes in front of all of them. Vitaragaha, vita bhayaha. Bhaya and desire are also linked. Bhaya is linked to two things. Bhaya is linked to desire, raga. Bhaya is linked to dvaita, duality. Wherever there is raga, there is fear. Wherever there is duality, there is fear. The Upanishad says so itself. In the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, we have a vakya, dvaitadhi bhayam bhavati. Dvaitat hi bhayam bhavati. Wherever there is duality, there is fire. There is fear. And the next one, Taittiriya Upanishad says, Ut aram antaram kurute, udaram antaram kurute, athatasya bhayam bhavati, athatasya bhayam bhavati. Ut aram. Ara means sword. Ara. The ara is the tip of the sword, not just the sword. The razor's edge. Somerset Maugham wrote a book, Razor's Edge. So here ara means ut aram, that ara is the razor's edge. Think of how thin it is, how pointy, sharp and thin it is. And this thin blade of the sword is, let's say you make a difference between yourself and another being, which is as thin as the edge of the sword. Oh, it doesn't matter, it's not a big difference. Still there will be fear, Upanishad says. Ut aram antaram. Antaram means difference between myself and another. Oh, but it's a slight difference. It's just the razor's edge, how thin it is, how minute it is. Athatasya bhayam bhavati. Therefore, the person is gripped by fear. The fear of another is the fear of samsara, is the fear that brings one running to Vedanta. Why? Because duality is the only antidote to fear. The only antidote, the permanent antidote is non-duality. Advaita is the antidote to fear for bhaya. Why? Because when I see that there is nothing other than me to be afraid of, where does the fear go? Gone. Fear is gone. Fear is not there at all. Fear is totally departed. In the wake of the understanding that there is nothing other. So the other means that other in my mind should be big. If supposing there is me and an ant, and dvaitadhi bhayam bhavati, that makes no sense. I am not afraid of the ant. But here we don't know what the other is. It could be big, like a dinosaur, like an elephant. It could trample me, and that is the fear. Something big is out there other than me. When I think, that is when I am in the grip of fear. So duality stokes and breeds the fear. And fear, don't think it's just fear. Anxiety, stress, these are all babies of fear. So they come in many forms. Anxiety, stress, this constant feeling of OMG, OMG, what's going to happen, what's going to happen, what's going to happen. That is all because I don't know that I'm the only thing that matters. I don't know yet that I am the only thing that is there, that is significant. When I know this for sure, the fear departs. Oh, but I don't know when that knowledge will take place. What should I do in the meanwhile to be closer to the jnani? To be closer to the jnani means to be closer to the journey of the jnani, to be closer to where the jnani is. You have to talk to the fear. One thing one does. What does one do? One succumbs to the fear. OMG, 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 okay, I'm gone. I'm gone. That is succumbing to the anxiety, succumbing to the stress, succumbing to the fear. You have to talk to it. You have to literally talk to it. Make 2 cups of chai, put one that side, put one this side, and say, okay, I'm going to make time for you right now. I have finished the classes. I have a break right now. Come sit. Tell me what it is that you are afraid of. You call the fear, invite the fear for a cup of tea. Because the truth is, this is the bluff of fear. One is not afraid of things so much as one is afraid of fear itself. One is afraid of fear. And when you embrace the fear of fear, when you embrace the fear of fear, what you are afraid of becomes tiny and small, and you are actually able to look at it. So it's the fear of fear we have to address. Oh my God, something terrible is going to happen. That feeling of foreboding, that feeling of being taken apart, and that feeling of uncertainty, the feeling of being out of control, the feeling of being taken over by somebody, something bigger than me. That is the fear. It's not anybody, it's not any one thing. It's a general feeling of distress, and that is because I am afraid of fear. You call fear for an interview. Just say, come, sit. Let me ask you a few questions. Let's see where we are going with this. Come, let's talk. And then the fear itself will get afraid to come. No, I'm too afraid, it will say. The moment you embrace the fear of fear, the fear itself fades. Try it. All fear is because of duality, and here the only duality that you can address very, very fruitfully and productively is to look at the small child within. There is a grown-up here, the adult, and a terrified little being within. That is frightened out of its poor little mind, that is frightened out of existence. That has to be calmed down. That is what you are embracing when we say embrace the fear of fear. That poor thing doesn't know what's happening, whether people are coming or going, whether it will be looked after the next day or not, whether somebody will tell it what's happening. Nothing it knows. And not knowing makes it so afraid, and then it has developed, unfortunately, because of that, the coping mechanism of hyper-vigilance and hyper-control, thinking that if I am able to control so many things, then I will be okay. One will not be okay, because what can you control? Nothing. Nothing you can control. And so therefore, this inner duality, which is the cause of stress, which is the cause of anxiety, is because of that terrified being who did not know what was going on, who was second guessing itself, who felt itself in danger, real or perceived. It is of no consequence to think of that. It felt it was in danger, and that needs to be attended to by these mechanisms. Take a walk with fear, hug the fear of fear, embrace the fear, call and have a conversation with fear, and soon you will be also on the way to being Vitaraga Bhayaha. So Raga we discussed, Bhaya we discussed, what else is there? Krodha. What is Krodha? Anger. Anger is also connected to desire, just like fear is connected to desire. Fear is because of some desire gone wrong somewhere. Anger is whenever a desire is thwarted, it leads to anger. An obstructed desire is the cause of all anger. Oh, but I'm not angry for myself. I'm angry because of social justice issues. So much for altruism. Because if you really deeply look at social justice issues, you say, okay, why? Okay, somebody there is having a hard time, some group is there having a hard time, why are you upset? Well, why shouldn't I be upset? I'm angry because the government is not doing anything, because the non-profits are not doing anything. Let them not, you continue the conversation with a person who talks like this. Tell them, let them not do anything. Why are you all hot and bothered? Why are you all hot and bothered? Let them not do anything. Because I want things to change. You see? Yeah. I have this desire. So much for altruism. Altruism is just, what is that? Thinking that I am doing seva, thinking that I am helping out, thinking that I have some other causes that I subscribe to. But really speaking, if you are doing something there, that's wonderful, that's very nice. Not just for them, but mainly for you. The person who benefits from seva most is not the recipient of your seva, but yourself alone. Seva is for your own growth. And so therefore, here, the whatever altruistic causes that one might be chasing after, it's all for the sake of one's own self. One's own self. All the causes are for what? Myself alone. So, I want social justice because when there is equality in society, I am a happier person. When people are not hurting, I am a happier person. When people are hurting, I am also hurting. I don't want to hurt. You see, it's all about one's own desire. It's nothing to do with the people there at all. Unless one is a jnani, then only it is possible to do seva without really benefiting from that seva or without any desires. But as long as there are desires, there will be krodha. Because I can work for the desires. Can I make sure that I fulfill all the desires? Not at all. Not even in my dream. I can fulfill the desires. So therefore, therefore what happens is that this krodha, anger comes because of a thwarted desire. When I recognize that, then I say, aha, it's the desire talking, not me. And then you can become free from anger. Anger also, there are just how to become a jnani very quickly. Some quick hacks are there which Pujya Swamiji has given. What are they? Yeah, I have told you the wet towel hack. Have I not? Yeah. So you just bang the wet towel on a plain floor where it makes a lot of rup like that noises, and then you imagine the face of the person that you are angry with getting the wax from the towel. You can also beat your mattress and a pillow with a nice stick. Take the mattress, and it's a very innocent action. You can just say, I'm beating the dust out of my mattress, and or the carpet. Yeah, there are some carpets due for cleaning here. Did you see them in the quadrangle? Yeah. Ooh, yeah. Practice. So there are many ways. You can hang the carpet and just beat it. Imagine the face of whoever it is or the situation. Just beat the carpet, beat the pillow, beat the mattress, beat something other than the person that you are angry with or yourself. These are safety valve releases of the anger. You don't hurt yourself, you don't hurt another. You don't target yourself, you don't implode in the anger, you don't hurt yourself. No, you are precious. This body is Bhagavan's temple, it is precious. The mind is precious. The emotions are precious. Everything about this body is precious. And everything about every other body is also equally precious. You don't hurt anybody, you don't hurt yourself, and you have safe ways of releasing the anger. These are just 2-3 that come to mind, and then you can come up with a few of your own and then discuss later. You can discuss it later and share the knowledge with one another, how to safely detonate the anger. Otherwise we are walking in a landmine and it's a bomb from World War II. We read sometimes it was found in the schoolyard somewhere in Europe. Children are playing, suddenly one small child, 7 years old, is picking up this bomb and saying, oh look, cool, teacher. And the teacher is like, oh my God, drop it. No, don't drop it, set it down gently, back off, walk away. With great difficulty she made them do that, called the bomb squad, and then they had to take it. What did they have to do? Capture it, slow. They came with that full gear, just in case it detonates, we don't know, and they captured it, took it to some safe place and did a controlled detonation. This is what we have to do with anger, a controlled detonation. And one more way to release the anger or to grow out of the anger is to have a pact. You have a pact with people, whoever you are studying with or in your family, you have a pact. Say, please point out next time when I am angry, please point it out. And I give you the permission to tell me, please let us not discuss this right now as I am really upset. Let us discuss this later. And I also give you the permission to do the same. So we grow together. This is what is called satsang. Satsanga is this alone. Growing together. And how do we grow together? Sometimes we grow because of one another. Sometimes we grow despite one another. we grow. So growing together means what? I give you the permission to tell me, you know what, let's discuss this later because you look angry, you look upset. And at that time, that person should not say, what do you mean I look upset? Now I'm really upset. No. That is the time to say, yes, you are right. And you do this for the other person too. This is how one can grow together. And then one more final hack is there. Supposing you're angry with the person, really angry, what to do? This is again Pujya Swamiji's hack. Give them a flower. Give them a flower. What? Are you out of your mind? Why am I going to give them a flower? Didn't you hear me say I'm angry with them? I'm not, I'm not full of love for them. Why should I give them a flower? Try it. It'll have a lot of interesting consequences. So you say, you give them a rose. Even if you grit your teeth, Pujya Swamiji told me to give you a rose. Here, take. But then that's why you have to do it the next day. It's not a one-time hack. It's not a one-time hack. Second day, what will you do? You don't even want to look at the person. Take the rose. Here, take it. Yeah. First day, you throw it on them. Second day, you keep them at an arm's length, literally. Say, take it, go away. Get out of here. Take the rose. When do you have to do it? Rose. That's why it's called rose. Yeah, rose means every day. Then third day, fourth day, after that, you're still seething. You're still like, what is this? Every day I'm spending money buying a rose for this good for nothing. Doesn't Swamiji see that this person doesn't deserve a rose? Why should I give them a rose? That too every day. No way, I'm not giving. But still, you have Shraddha for Pujya Swamiji. It has come from a person of who is a jnani. And so you say, okay, all right. Today is the last day. I'm not going to give any more. You go to Swamiji's photo and say, today is the last day, okay? You can wag your finger at him also. All right? And then you go. And as you are giving the rose, then you want to see them because it's the last day. Let's see how much they are gloating. Let's see what is happening to them. And when the eyes meet, everything melts. If it doesn't melt, what do you have to do? Next day again. And the next. And you can perfect this by pretending to smile. No, I have never been inauthentic in my life. I refuse to start today. Actually, anger is inauthentic to you. It is a superimposition upon the Atma that is free of anger. Whenever you are in anger, you are inauthentic. That's why you find it so disturbing. That's why you want it to come out of it. You want it to come out of you. Whenever you are in distress, you are not being your authentic self. The smiling self is the authentic self, FYI. So therefore, even though you don't want to smile, you smile. It won't be a Mona Lisa smile. It will be something like that. You don't want to smile, even put a clip here. Put a clothespin here, put a clothespin here, and then take a rose and then pretend to smile. Give them the rose. See what happens. Because if I tell you the ending, what's the point of doing it? This is something, unlike the Atma, you have to experience yourself. So these are the ways of taking baby steps. That's all we can do. We can only take baby steps towards being Vitaragaha, Vitabhayaha, Vitakrodhaha. And who is that? Sthiradhihi. Sthitadhihi means sthiradhihi. Sthita dhihi yasya. Sthira dhihi yasya. The one for whom the buddhi is not shaky, shaking with anger, shaking with desire, shaking with fear. No, steady. Steady buddhi is called sthitadhi or stiradhihi. Munihi. Munihi means mananashila, the contemplative one who has through all these hacks and as a result of the knowledge grown. Not much by way of Bhashya. So, what does it say? Let us say, Dukkheshu Adhyatmikadi Shu. We have already seen Adhyatmika, Adi Daivika. What's the third one? Adi Bhautika. Prapteshu. When in the face of gaining these kinds of dukkhas, na udvignaha, na prakshubhitam dukkha praptau manaha yasya saha. So the mind is not disturbed in the events of misfortunes or fears or sorrows. Mind is not agitated by sorrow for whom. Tatha sukheshu prapteshu, when sukha comes, vigata spriha yasya na agnihi iva indhanadya adi adhane sukhani anuvivardhate saha vigata spriha. This is why I wanted to read the Bhashya, even though we have covered everything. Very beautiful example is there. So what happens in Sukha for the Jnani? Not like a fire which increases when you put one more log. You throw one more log into the fire, you throw another big ladle of what is that? Ghee into the fire. What happens to the fire? Whoo! That is not the antahkarana of the Jnani. He doesn't want to put fuel into this sukha. He doesn't want to keep extending the sukha. She doesn't want to keep making the sukha more and more, increasing the sukha. So he or she who just enjoys the sukha dispassionately, rather from a place of desire to make the sukha continue for a long time. That is the idea. And why is that mentioned here? Because the sukha of the world, even if you increase it for a long time, is what? Finite. Sukha connected to objects is finite. You can increase it for a long time, but it is still what? Finite. It is not infinite. And so therefore, you don't keep waiting for it to become more and more. Why? You are already in your own glory. Vitaraga bhayakrodha ragancha bhayancha krodhancha vita vigata yasmat. We have seen that. Vitaraga bhayakrodha sthita prajnaha sannyasi. Meaning the one who renounces desire here is called sannyasi. Kimcha, moreover. Yaha, the one who, sarvatra, everywhere. Anabhisneha. Anabhisneha means na abhisneha yasya saha, for whom there is no neediness, clinginess. The word sneha means affection. Affection is never a problem, but that affection must not turn into velcro. Velcro means what? Sticky. Yes, you stick. There is no stickiness, there is no neediness. The Jnani is of the nature of love. Loves everybody. There is nothing wrong in love, there is nothing wrong in affection, there is nothing wrong in care. What is the problem? When that care devolves into need, when that care devolves into a series of expectations that will not or cannot be met, when that care devolves or decomposes into some kind of a control. Like Pujya Swamiji again used to say that this couple used to come to see him, and the man would tell the woman, I love you, therefore sit down. I love you, therefore listen to me. I love you, therefore do this. What kind of a therefore is it? Huh? There is no logic here. If I love you, I should set you free. You should be free to do whatever you want. I should not love you because you are sitting down and I want you to sit down. I should not love you because you are standing up and I wish for you to stand up. I should love you regardless of whether you are standing or sitting. It should not affect the love. But here, for the ajnani, for the samsarin, who is samsarin? The one who is in samsara. For them what happens? The love is always conditional. You have to do this, otherwise you don't love me. I will conclude you don't love me if you don't do this exercise, some kind of a dance. You have to do this dance to prove that you love me. And that is just for today. Tomorrow, I'll teach you a new dance that you have to do in order for to show me that you love me. Day after tomorrow, it will be another thing. It is never ending. It's never ending. So that love which is full of control and neediness, and control and neediness usually go together, codependency, etc. All this is called sneha. Sneha is affection. Abhisneha is this out of control, conditional, bondage filled love. Love, so to speak. It's not really love. And then, so, yes, sarvatra. So for this person, for the jnani, for whom sarvatra, under every situation, with regard to every person, anabhisneha. So there is no want with regard to anybody or anything. I don't want them to be a particular way, just so that I can be happy, just so that I can love them. And then that is the first condition here. Second condition of the jnani here described, second characteristic in this verse, shubha shubham tat tat prapya. Tat means tatra tatra. In any situation, sometimes auspicious things come, wonderful things come. Chocolate cake, very auspicious. And then sometimes inauspicious things come. Like what? Lizard. Some people say, lizard, what is that? What is that called? That makes that noise. Gecko, lizard, whatever you call it. People will say, I am ready to do wrestling with a demon. I will take on an asura, no problem. But please come and help to get this lizard out of the room. Okay? Yeah. So bring a broom, get the lizard out of my room. That's why we have to study together. Yes, because these kinds of help we will need. And so certain things catch people in certain ways. So a lizard is inauspicious, and sometimes it is also auspicious. There is a book of lizards. Do you know that? Oh, book of lizards? No. Book of whether the lizard is an auspicious omen or an inauspicious omen, depending upon where, how, when it falls. Yeah. So if you see the lizard, aha, there it goes, and then suddenly it falls on you, great big luck. Why? Because the rarity of that happening, how rare it would be. The lizard has seen you, you are afraid of it, all right. It is 100 times more afraid of you, poor thing. It's only few 6 inches long at the most. And then it looks at you and it's not going to fall on you. The last thing it wants to do is fall on you. But supposing in some kind of a situation, even though it has foot pads that stick, it loses its footing and falls on you, great good luck. Buy a lottery ticket right away. Okay, this is one prophecy. And then if it falls on the hand, if it falls on the foot, and if it falls on the head, ooh, bad, very bad. Okay, then all these prophecies are there. And many people in their house, they keep the lizard book, and then they keep saying, where did it fall again? Oh, on these 2 fingers. Okay, let's see if it is there. What happens when the lizard falls on the ring finger? Somebody will propose, that's all. Okay, yeah. So so like this is the Shubha and Ashubha. People are fixated on Shubha, Ashubha. Ashubha, Shubha controls the person's life. What should I do? Even I'm thirsty, I'm very thirsty, I want to drink water. I want a drink of water, but let me see the Panchanga, the almanac. What time is it? Oh, Rahu Kala, I can't drink water for another 1.5 hours. Some people are like that. But here the Jnani is free of even the concept of Shubha, Ashubha. There is no Shubha, Ashubha. Everything is Shubha for the Jnani. So, when Ashubha comes, when whatever is considered to be bad comes, the Jnani is not affected by it. When whatever considered to be good comes, the Jnani does not want to propagate it and continue it. The Jnani is in her or his own glory. Na abhinandati. Na abhinandati means does not rejoice in it's respectively, okay? Tat prapya shubha shubham. So, shubham praptva, shubham prapya na abhinandati. Ashubham prapya na dveshti. That's how it should be read. Shubham prapya, so does not go off the handle in joy, gaining shubha, auspicious situations, does not collapse in hatred, gaining difficult situations. Why? Because the one who has transcended Shubha and Ashubha is the name of the Jnani. How do you transcend Shubha and Ashubha? We have to go back to the discussion on fear. Why is this obsession with Shubha, Ashubha comes? Because of fear. Why is there fear? Because of unmet desires. And because of a split between the child and the adult. That's why there is fear. That's why there is pain. That's why there is sorrow. So here also the Shubha, the obsession with Shubha is because I feel myself I am a Shubha. And I want good things to happen to me. I feel that all the time bad things are happening to me. So what do? I make good things happen to me by consulting the almanac, by doing some things to make sure I am in auspicious situation with people that I consider auspicious, hoping that the situations and the muhurta will rub off on me. But for the Jnani, there is no fear, there is no desire, as we have seen, there is no anger, and so because of that, there is no obsession with Shubha and Ashubha. The one that Jnani has transcended the concepts of Shubha and Ashubha. And the 12th chapter, it's going to be told even more elaborately, the Sarvarambha Parityagi. So, Shubha Shubha Parityagi, the one who gives up the concept of Shubha and Ashubha and this desire to begin something at a auspicious time. All that is not there, because the Jnani being auspicious, the Jnani being the master of time, every time is auspicious. No undertaking is inauspicious. And so, like this, not much to go by the way of Bhashya. Na abhinandati, does not go off the rails in happiness. When the happy things happen, Shubha happens, and Shubham prapya na tushyati, hrishyati, Ashubham cha prapya na dveshti, does not feel disgusted when difficulties befall the person. Harsha vishada varjitasya vivekaja prajna pratishtita bhavati. Then the next one is very beautiful imagery. Another beautiful imagery in 58. That of a tortoise, turtle, same family, doesn't matter. And then when confronted with some people looking at the turtle, what does the turtle do? It puts its heads inside, it puts its forearms inside, it puts its leg, even the tail goes inside. All you see is the house. Knock, knock, who is there? Nobody. Nobody there. Nobody there. Where did you go? Catch me if you can. I'm not here at all. But the example to compare the turtle or the tortoise to the jnani. It's just a finite, limited example. You can't stretch the example too much. Why? Because the impetus for the tortoise to withdraw is what? Fear. The tortoise withdraws its limbs out of fear of being decimated, somebody coming and killing. Somebody wants to eat tortoise meat. Unimaginable, but people do. It's supposed to be some kind of a delicacy. So the tortoise protects itself. Bhagavan has given it a soft body, but it doesn't have to pay mortgage. It brings its house wherever it goes. It takes its house wherever it goes, and so Bhagavan has given it a free home to retreat into immediately when in danger. So the jnani also retracts the limbs, but not out of danger. This part doesn't fit. Okay, so yada, when samharate, retracts. Yada samharate ayam, this jnani, yada samharate, retracts what? Angani, limbs. How? What kind of limbs? Like even the turtle withdrawing the limbs, yada samharate, what does the jnani retract? Indriyani. What are the indriyas? Sense organs. The sense organs are the limbs because the eyes are going all over the place, seeing beautiful, beautiful things. Ears are all over the place, hearing birds chirping, music, so many things the ears hear. The tongue is out there. Is there a bhandara today? Asking the question. And then what else, And I want to smell this rose, I want to smell this lotus. All these, the sense organs are very active all the time. And most of the time we don't even know where the seeds of desires have come from. There is a trigger. Certain things are a trigger. The baby sees the mother and it's a trigger because it is reminded of food. Here goes my lunch, come back. So the whole mother is the food for the baby, for a breastfeeding baby. So the whole mother is the food, so the separation from the mother therefore causes anxiety. Mother is food, represents food and security, two very important things for the baby. So then seeing the mother go, the baby feels anxious, bereft and upset. And so here the baby doesn't even know, oh, this is a logical thing, the mother represents food. It doesn't know that. It just is an instinctive cry. Oh, the source of my food, the source of my nourishment and my security, both gone. And I don't feel so good. This is how generally we are with the sense organs. We are dependent upon the sense organs, like the child is dependent upon the baby for our entertainment. We need to be entertained constantly with the devices that we have, and then even if we don't have devices, we look around. The ashram itself is enough. Lots of interesting things are happening. Yes, somebody is building something there. You can get obsessed. Who is building? What are they building? Oh, when will they come and stay? When will that happen? Can I go and stay before they stay? All these things one can see. What is being constructed over here? Why? How? One can get completely lost in that. Oh, what was here? Why is there this? What is happening here? Why was this decision made? You don't need any kind of devices for addiction. You can just be around here and then get completely enmeshed in the everyday of the ashram life, which frankly is none of our business. Let anybody do what they want. What are we here for? Study. Why are we studying? Moksha. So anything other than that, we shouldn't be concerned, but the sense organs don't allow us to sit in peace. That's why in the Kathopanishad, what does Yama lament? Paranchikhani vyatrinat swayambhuhu parak pashyati na antaratman. It's Bhagavan's fault. Why? Who put the eyes facing out? Bhagavan. Who put the ears facing out? The same Bhagavan. Who put the tongue facing out? Bhagavan. And then you tell me to look inside. Is that fair? When all the indriyas are facing out, I am supposed to go within. What kind of a torture is this? If you wanted me to go within, the eyes should have been facing inward, ears should have been facing inward. First you make them face out. Your problem. Fault number 1, you have a dosha, oh Lord. Fault number 1, you made all the sense organs outside, facing outside. Fault number 2, even bigger than fault number 1, what is that? You made a lovely, colorful, many varied Jagat. At least if you had made a grey, black and white Jagat, nothing much, flat, 2D Jagat, nothing much to go after. You try to grab something and it's flat, you're grabbing at a picture. It's not like that. It comes in my hand. It is all adorable. The Jagat is in 4D. It is wonderful, colorful, full of experiences and full of unpredictable people. One day they are friendly, another day they don't even recognize you, third day they are just plain mad. All kinds of people are there, and the same person keeps changing. Like what? Like the aforementioned lizard some of them can change colors. What are they called? Chameleons. And you made all this beautiful Jagat full of variety, and now what are you telling me? Go within. How to go within? And even if I use all the 5 fingers to shut off all the 5 senses, there is one pranayama, Brahmari, this is how it is done. All the 5 fingers are shutting off all the sense organs, still the Jagat goes in. It's all your fault, Bhagavan, and then you want me to do what? Go within. It's okay. So what is the answer? The answer here is, be like the turtle that at will can withdraw and retract its limbs. Similarly, you cut the connection between the sense organs and the Jagat. The ears and the Jagat, cut. Eyes and the Jagat, cut. Oh, you want me to stay in my room with eyes plugged, ears plugged, etc.? No. You see, you look, but you don't take. You watch, but you don't want. There is a difference. You learn to appreciate the Jagat just like Ishvara did, dispassionately. So many things will be there, so many colors will be there, and where am I? In myself. I withdraw the limbs, just like the limbs that connect me to the Jagat, the sense organs. The sense organs are there, Indriyani, Indriyarthebhyah. Indriyartha, objects. Indriyani, sense organs. I cut the contact between the sense organs and the sense objects. The sense object can remain. I look at it, I can even appreciate it. I learn to appreciate things and people from a distance. This is a very healthy habit. Not by getting enmeshed with them. I learn to appreciate everybody from a distance, because everybody is Bhagavan, but everybody's buddhi is Bhagavan made. There is something to appreciate in everybody, but without getting enmeshed. Look but don't touch. Touch but don't take. Take but give it back. Like that, every level I am vigilant. More we'll see tomorrow. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Shanti Shanti Shanti.